Hey everybody, Dave here from Trust Studios, and today I wanted to show you guys how I plant these store-bought plants right into a Kratky hydroponic system. Now I've shown you last year I did a video on how to do this when they come in a plastic, little plastic planting cup, where you have to make extra holes for it. But in this case we have a little peat pot, and so it's even easier with these peat pots. There's only a few things you have to be concerned with when you plant these, but you can basically plant this right into a Kratky just the way it is. So I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. So as you can see, guys, this plant is kind of a little crooked and stuff, and the pot is a little bit crushed, but none of that will matter. It's going to work just fine. But what you have to know is we're going to have this going down into our bucket. There's a little lip here on these pots. Even on the peat pots there's a little lip at that green line right there, and so I'm going about 3.5 inches into my bucket. So I know that I want my solution to be, if this is 3 inches, 3.5 inches, and I want my water coming up onto this about 1/2 inch, I'm going to fill it to within 3 inches. So I'll fill my bucket up to within 3 inches of the top, and then that should give me 1/2 inch down here submerged into the solution. And that way I don't have to worry about top watering it. It'll drink from the bottom, and the roots will break right through here, but this will keep the plant in the hole. Now, one thing to be concerned about is if you were going to do this outside and the rainwater might break this down. I think it wouldn't even bother. Outside wouldn't even be a problem, but I'm keeping it in the greenhouse, so eventually this will all be dried up here once the roots go down and the fluid levels drop in the bucket. So this whole thing will stay dry, and once the water level drops in your bucket, the roots will just be down lower below this. So every time you fill it, you won't refill it. You won't ever fill it back up to the level that I'm filling it to now. You'll just let it drop down to about 1/2 a bucket, and then fill it up to just below the level of this pot here. Okay, so I'm going to get the bucket. I have my bucket ready here. The other thing is that you have to know is how big to make the hole. So you want to measure across your container, whatever container you have. This one, I just kind of measured it, and then I cut a hole with the utility knife. And I did this one last year because I had the same kind of a pot, and it worked perfectly well. So now all I gotta do is go ahead and I have my solution mixed up. I'm going to use Master Blend, and I'm using it, I mix it 2 teaspoons calcium nitrate first, 2 teaspoons of Master Blend, and 2 teaspoons of Epsom salt per 5 gallons, and then I'll fill up my bucket up to that line right there. So I've got some made up, so I'm gonna actually what I'll do is I'm gonna make up another batch right in this bucket so I don't have to transfer what I have made already. And what I like to do when I make my solution is I mix it up in a little container. I have this coffee can here, and I added hot water to the container, and then I mixed in my 2 teaspoons of each, and now I'm just going to pour this in here, and I'll make a full bucket, and then I'll just take out until I get down to the 3 inches below the top. So I can't see too good what I'm filming for you guys because I got a chest camera on, but so I got my nutrients in there, and we got just about 3.5. Okay, so that's not going to reach the bottom of this pot, so I'm going to add some fluid back. So that should be about right. So we want, because we want the bottom of that pellet to be in the water, in the solution, so we don't have to worry about top watering this to keep it moist. at least until it gets roots out into the solution. Now, one thing I wanted to mention to you guys is that take the time to put foil on almost any bucket. Even the black buckets, you won't get algae with the black buckets, but they'll get hotter. So I have some orange ones, I have some blue ones, and I didn't do it and then started to get algae, and then I tried to do it later, and it's much more trouble. So I suggest you just put the foil on first, and then you'll have no algae problems, and you'll have a nice easy grow. So this pepper, now it's all ready. Basically you can just drop it in there, and we'll go ahead and check and make sure that the bottom of this is getting wet, because we'll pull it out and see. Alternatively, we could just lift the lid and look, but I'm just gonna pull it out and take a look. Yeah, it looks like it's barely was getting wet, so I'm gonna add some more. Just put all that back, and now we should be fine. I like to use tomato cages around my buckets, like you can see with that tomato. I gotta get some more of them. But anyway, guys, that is about it. So I'm gonna pull this and just take a look. Yeah, we're still just barely in there. So I'm going to pull the plant out, and I have some more solution that I put in a watering bucket here. Sorry about the camera angle, guys. Put a little bit more in. That way this level won't drop, and then this plant will dry out without me knowing it. Because I don't like to try to have to worry about everything every day. And this plant is a little bit, you know, I think the plant tipped over and was growing with the cup knocked over. So that's probably why it's a little crooked. So I'm just going to go ahead and stuff a bamboo rod right down in through here to give that a little support for a while. And I'll take it out later. So I've got my bamboo stick here, and I'm just going to go ahead and poke it right through this peat pellet and let it go right down into the bucket. And that will at least give it a little something that I can tie it to. And then as I get more tomato cages, I'll just pull that stick out and I'll put a nice tomato cage around this. I like the folding type. So there it is, guys. We have, you know, I just stuck that stake in there and then I tied it a little bit, so hopefully it'll get straightened out a little bit, because it was so crooked from having been laying down at one point. But anyway, that's about it. Oh, I want to show you guys my cooler garden. I'm getting my cooler garden ready, and then I'll take you for a quick look around here now. I've gotten more things from the mason jars into buckets. This pepper went into the bucket. Can't tell, but that's got foil tape on this lid. It looks almost white in the video. And got a lot. And the tomatoes are doing good. I actually have some tomatoes I gotta pick. Got a couple of these 4th of July tomatoes here, coming ripe. Cabbages are doing good. Here's a cherry tomato that's just busting with tomatoes. We have so many tomatoes coming, lots of flowering. I forget what variety it is. Some kind of cherry tomato. It might be Super Sweet 100, or I can't remember that other one I did last year. There's another little pepper back there. These cabbages take up a lot of room, unfortunately, because I like them, but look at how damn big, and we haven't even got a head started yet. It's just starting to head up now. But yeah, they take up like a 3 feet of the greenhouse. Well, let me show you guys the peas, because the peas aren't doing too good. Looks like these over on the right have kind of died, although they do have little peas on them. But the leaves all down there look pretty dead. But I'm getting some peas. I think it may just be too hot in here. I never added any trellis. I didn't get around to it yet. And I'm not going to bother because they don't look healthy enough. So I think the grow pipe would be successful for peas. And I'm not sure, but I'm assuming it's the temperatures, because it gets well up over 100 in here in the daytime, and even with the fan going. I don't know if I ever showed you guys this, but there's a solar panel outside, and this fan runs whenever the sun hits the solar panel. So whenever the sun is shining, unless I have to turn the panel once in the afternoon towards the sun as it goes the other way. But other than that, if the sun's out, this fan will run. And what it is, if you want to get a setup like this for your greenhouse where you don't need any electricity, it's just an attic fan, a solar panel operated attic fan. And I just got it sitting on a chair. I should probably mount it from the ceiling up here. I cut that window in, and I should probably mount it up in that window. Just hang it from my greenhouse top there. But that's kind of heavy, and the greenhouse isn't that sturdy, so I may just leave it right there. Anyway, guys, let's go take a look at the cooler garden, but I'll give you a quick run down the pipe here of the kale. I love the kale in the pipe. I've been harvesting this every week. I take a harvest off of it. Nice big kale salad. And you'll see why I love the net cup, no net cup method is, you know, you can see that thing just locked into the pipe. I can pick up the whole grow pipe by my kales. And I know I show you guys that a lot, but I just love that once they get going. So I don't know how long these have been in here. I put them in this spring, so they haven't been in that long. And so here's another tomato, another small tomato. And there's a yellow plum growing in that cooler. And I'm getting my coolers ready out here. So I want to do the melons in these coolers. And I had a slug killed one of my cantaloupes, but one cantaloupe is going in here. And I want to do a watermelon in this one, but the lid is so domed up that I'm going to have to get some good roots on my plant before I put it in here, because my net cup won't even be reaching the surface of the water because this is so domed up. So I'll start the melon that's going in here, the watermelon. I'll start it in a mason jar tonight. It's already a seedling in a peat pellet. And then I got another cooler over here, which I drilled. I drilled these out today. So these coolers were all given to me. They were all salvage coolers. All of them except the first one you guys saw. This one was given to me. This one was given to me. This one I bought. And the one in there was given to me. So if you put the word out, a lot of times you can get these coolers from tag sales and stuff. I think my stepfather gave me these two that he got either at tag sales or given away. Anyway, thank you guys. Thanks everybody for watching, and I hope the video helps somebody. It's a really nice, easy way to plant up the peppers. But any plant that you get in one of those peat pots, it's a very simple, easy way and it works as long as you don't have to worry about rain, breaking down that pot. As long as it's in under cover or in the greenhouse, it'll be fine. And it may even be fine outside. I don't know, but I think I wouldn't chance it if it wasn't under the greenhouse. Anyway, guys, take care of each other, take care of yourself, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.